All right, we're just about ready to get going here. 2:15 afternoon game. This will be the final game for the Millwood Knights, the 2025 Birthplace of Hockey tournament. Not a great showing. Not a great showing so far for the Millwood Knights, but we're hoping to end on a bright spot. Now, that said, we are playing one of the better teams in the tournament. This is going to be a game against Collège Jean Sauvé Olympians. This is out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. So we don't know very much about them, but it appears like they're a strong team. I watched a stream last night where they beat one of our stronger teams here, 4-0. So they seemingly are a very good team, and I was watching them warm up. They've got a lot of size and a lot of speed. So we have our work cut out for us. Lineup today for the Olympians is number 4, Leo Brown. Number 7, Oliver Kearns. Number 8, Paxton Sobka. Number 9, Liam Drouet. Number 10, Ethan Middleton. 11, Alex Radowski. 12 is Liam McCoy. 13 is Adrian Clearwater. 16 is Damian Dines. 17th, Jack Rempel. 18, Isaac Allen. 27 is Nolan Borsboom. 29, Tyler Goodman. Number 40, Braden Trickle. That's a goalie. Number 44, Cruz Sexsmith. Number 66, Marco Mira. Number 70, Derek Zimmerman, also a goalie. And number 77, Cole Baker. And really quickly, we'll do the Millie lineup here. Although most of you know who's who by now, but we've got number 3, Carter Carpenter. He's APing for Jackson Stoddard today. 4, Alex Groom. 5 is Adam Harvey. 9 is Jaden Sear. 10, Sloan McKinnon. 12, Daniel McIsaac. 14 is Jaden Walsh. 16, Jack Smith. 17 is Ryder Scallion. 22, Nathan Richards. 25, your captain, Easton Graves. 29, goalie, Logan Evans. 35, Cameron Coker. We would expect Coker to get the start here in this game. 66 is Anderson Keats. 77 is Blake Sturge. 81 is Brandon McCauley. 88 is Jonah Richardson. 91 is Marco Langel. 96 is Joel Verge. And 98, injured, is Jacob Cole. We will be back in about 90 seconds to get this game started. I'm just going to mute for a sec. I'll be right back. So, as mentioned, Millwood Knights out of this tournament. Pretty much out yesterday morning, mathematically, the way this tournament works. You really have to go on quite a tear here to stay in it. We're sitting at 3 points out of a potential 10 right now, and we will compete for the final 5 here today. So, Woodlawn Panthers are in first place, but they've played all 3 of their games. We just watched them play the Fredericton High School Black Cats, who are also a very, very strong team. That ended in a tie. Familiar face on that team is Josh Henry at defense. He's a Sackville Flyer, as well as a Millwood Knight if he had chosen to stay in his local market. But he made a move to New Brunswick a few years ago, so as a result, he's playing for a couple teams up there in Freddie. And he looks very, very strong, as we'd expect. North Nova Griffins are actually sitting in second place. They've also only played 2 games, so we would expect both Fredericton High School and the North Nova Griffins to leapfrog over Woodlawn, but that's what it looks like here now for the semifinals. In fourth place is Avonview, home team here, at 6 points. But they still have a game to play, as does the team below them. So a lot can change here this afternoon. But one thing that can't change is Millwood Knight's fate. We will be going home at the end of this game for the weekend. Disappointing weekend, to say the least. There are some silver linings, obviously. Our star defenseman, Jackson Stoddard, has a 3-game suspension that he had to serve, and he's able to serve all 3 games this weekend. So he will not miss any regular season games. He'll be back against Sommet on Monday night. So that's good news. So this is a largely meaningless game. We'll see if the coaches play around with lines or do some experimenting here in this game. This is one that you can do it, although this will be a tough game. And we'd love to keep it respectable. Here come your Knights. Coker coming out first, as we expected. He will get the start. Millwood wearing white. Freddie's going to be in navy blue. Sorry, I said Freddie. That's Winnipeg. Winnipeg will be in navy blue. Again, Jean Sauvé is the school. Jean Sauvé, a former governor general, if I'm not mistaken. Starting in nets for Jean Sauvé is goalie with the jersey number 40. That's Braden Trikel. Trikel is the goalie for Winnipeg. Coker for the Knights. This is a new line. I would imagine they'll play around, see if we can't find some chemistry here. Why not? Hasn't been a lot of chemistry so far in the last few games for sure. We've got Richardson, Walsh, and Smith starting. Sear and Groom partnered up on the blue line. I don't think we've seen that partnership either. So we are throwing things at the wall and hoping something sticks. Away we go. Millwood wins the draw. This is Series sends that up. Tipped by Walsh. Winnipeg comes away with it. McCoy dumps it deep. They have name bars on their jerseys, which is beautiful for those of us who stream. Typically, we don't have a clue who's who. This is Sear. He takes this. He sends that up to Walsh. How much better does that work than rimming it around the boards? Make a play on that. Walsh is in. He's got possession. He loses possession right after I said that. But certainly a much better breakout when you make a play as opposed to just rimming it around the boards and hoping the forwards can pick it up off the wall. 9 out of 10 times they can't. It usually goes back to the defenseman and creates an offensive chance for the opposing team. So, sounds like the coaches agree with my assessment of things, and there may have been some instructions given before this game. Winnipeg behind the net. They send it to the wall. They chip it forward. Number 10 comes out with it. He's cutting to the middle. He rips it. That goes well wide. Blake poked at that. Looks like it's Harvey, Keats, and Sturge on this line. Coker covers up. We get a whistle. Now we've got, I see Marco out there. Marco's with Sloan. And Brandon McCulley. Marco loses the draw. That shot goes well wide. That gets chipped against the glass. Brandon swipes at it, misses it. Oh, Marco almost had it. That goes back there. This is Carpenter. He'll be harder to spot for me because he's got a white helmet. Nice shot there by Winnipeg. Great save by Coker. 81. He sends that around. Sloan's going to try and get this on the wall. He gets the stick lifted. Not able to. Carpenter. This is Marco. Marco flips this against the wall. No one there, though. Winnipeg picks that up on the wall. This is Graves. Graves flips this to Marco. Marco not able to catch it, though. McCulley flying in. Good hit there by McCulley. Marco overskated that puck, though. Graves pokes at it. Thought that was offside. No call. Marco hand passes to himself. That's allowed. Marco's in. Marco cuts to the middle. He gets by everybody. He flips it. Great play by Marco. He's been trying to do that exact same play all season. That's the first time I've ever seen it be successful. Unfortunately, he didn't find the back of the net, but that was a good-looking play by Marco Lanchel, number 91. That shot missed wide. This is Sear. Sear sends that over for Broom, but he missed. Someone went flying there. Verge, I think. Coker covers up. We get a whistle. Good save there by Coker, too. Winnipeg coming out, firing as expected. Blake missed that, went through his legs. Harvey blocked that and went out of play. .10:54 left to play in the first period. They ripped that good. Behind the net. Graves hits his guy. Graves comes up. Winnipeg still has possession though. Graves with another body check. Only a matter of time before they score here. All Winnipeg. I got Josh Henry here beside me. It would be nice to have him on our team. He is a Millwood Knight by birth, although he's playing for Fredericton High in this tournament. Missed wide. This is Groom. Stoddard, just out of reach for him. Here's Harvey. Harvey goes wide. Saucer sat over to Stoddard. Stoddard goes over his stick. Body's going flying back there. This is Scally. I said Stoddard. I meant Scallion. Just realizing that right now. Sorry. I don't mean Stoddard. I'm staring at Stoddard here in front of me. But I mean Scallion. Verge. Nice move there by Verge. This is Richards. Sends it all the way around. Not out though. That hit Richardson's skate. That's Ryder Scallion. This is McIsaac. This is Richardson. Richardson has it. He loses it though. Winnipeg has it. Winnipeg. Good job there by Verge. Richardson swipes at it. That comes back. Richards has it. He's got all kinds of time. This is up to Blake Sturge. Blake Sturge can't catch it though. Long shot goes well wide. Carpenter chips that. That goes up. It's in the neutral ice. Much better defensive breakout plays, in my opinion. Here goes Sturge. Sturge gets around his guy. Good play by Sturge. He's in the corner. Nice job there by Carpenter. He puts it in deep. Goalie slows that down. And they ice. No icing. Graves must have touched that. It was waved off immediately. This is Smith behind the net. Smith sends that long. It gets through to Walsh. Walsh has some time and space. Uh-oh, this is trouble. Good play there by Searcy. Searcy. Look at that. Here goes our first-year defenseman. Sends it on net. He misses high, though. That's Keats on the wall. That comes out. Walsh is on it. This is Richardson. This is Walsh. He rips it. That goes high and out of play off the goalie's stick. We'll have a face-off, and we'll have fresh legs. Grumenseer, Marco, McKinnon, and McCauley. McKinnon goes right to Sear. Sear shoots that. That was an easy save. As long as it was not deflected, it wasn't. Shots are 4 apiece. With 6:02 left to play in the first period. I will say, much better start for this game than the 2 previous games. The Knights seem to show up for against these stronger teams. We'll see if this continues, but it's a good start. Marco, he loses that. This is Sear battling with his guy. Marco gets it back. He's got time and space now. Marco, he misses his target on the backhand. That was McCauley. Broom pokes at that. McIsaac has to come back. Nice, soft rainbow pass to neutral ice. McCauley backhands it. It doesn't clear, though. Here goes Marco. Marco sends that up for Sloan. Sloan's going to go off. So is Marco. So is McCauley. All 3 fresh legs of forwards are coming out. I see Smith. I see Verge out there. And Scallion, I believe. That goes to the corner. Shot wide. Smith's on it. No. Still all Jean Sauvé. And we're going to go to the box for that. That's going to be Verge. That's a soft call. Not what we needed. I can't imagine this is going to be an easy penalty to kill. We're going to start with Harvey and Keats, I think. Thank you again to Corey Smith for doing the clock. He's got the power play up there. 4:19 left to play in the first period. Still no score. Shots are 5-4 in favor of Jean Sauvé. Refs are talking to the coaches of the Winnipeg bench. Not sure what's up. Baker. Cross-checking. Cross-checking's the call. That hits the mesh, goes out of play. Luckily, because Harvey didn't have his stick. Sturge and McKinnon come out, kill this penalty. This is Carpenter. He'll clear this. He does. It hit McKinnon, though. Graves, he goes down on one knee. He's got to get up quick. Lots of space over there. That hit Carpenter. Number 77, that hit Sturge, I think. .45 seconds left in the minor to Verge. Again, for cross-checking. A very, very soft call. Richardson, he gets it out. Look, here goes Walshy. Can he get there? He does. Walsh is in. He's got Richardson with him. Does he know? Enough to kill a bunch of clock anyways. They got to get back here now. 20 seconds left in the minor. Richardson tries that toe drag. Doesn't work. This is Sear with it. He gets it all the way down. Goalie tapping his stick. And that'll do it. Verge is out. He goes to the bench. Keats comes on the ice. And we get a whistle. So we will get fresh legs. Great PK done there by the Millwood Knights. Isaac, he sends that over to the wall for Sloan. Sloan backhands that. It found a hole. Here goes Langell. Langell thinking he's playing NHL 2025. Here goes Allen. Cuts right through. He drops that. We cannot allow them to do that again. That will be a goal next time. We've got Richardson, Scallion, and Verge. Again, haven't seen this configuration much, if at all. Danny Mack behind the net. That was a D-to-D pass to a shadow D. They are fast enough to be able to recover from those. This is Barker. He sends it on net. We got a 3-on-1. Jonah Richardson. Not the right move there. Not sure what he was thinking. Maybe hoping for a rebound for Verge, but the goalie swallowed that puck up. As a result, we'll get a face-off. To the goalie's left, my right. Richardson at center. He wins it, sends it right to Scallion. Scallion sends it behind the net. Verge is coming in hot. This gets stopped by Graves. Verge jumps up, grabs that out of the air. Richardson battling. Verge is wide open in the slot. Scally. That's going to hit mesh. We'll have a face-off. Fresh legs come out. This is going to be Sturge, Keats, and Harvey. Millie needs a hero. We've got under a minute left to play in this period. Sturge bumps his guy. Harvey hits his kid. There's a battle on the wall. Carpenter goes over to Graves. Graves goes back to Carpenter. Carpenter didn't quite catch that, so he's going to have a hard time clearing this. Yep. Graves. Sturge. Here goes Harvey. Oh, man. Harvey would have had a breakaway. All right, let's zoom in on the bench, see what we can see over there. I would imagine they are happy with that first period. Certainly it looked better to me. Just trying to read the lips over there. I think saying whoever streams these games is doing a great job. Whose dad is that? Nope, probably not. Probably not what he's saying. That said, I would imagine that they're pleased. So let's zoom back out. Get ready for the second period. All three periods in this tournament, 15-minute long. We will have an intermission between second and third for a flood. They have the fastest Zamboni I've ever seen in my life here in Windsor. So it normally takes 10 minutes. It takes about 6 here in Windsor. Richardson's out there. He's got Walsh on one side, Smith on the other. I do like this line. This is Groom. Groom turns. Not able to clear it though. Misread that. This is Sear. Sear sends it to Groom. Groom picks it up. Takes a look this time. He chips it. It's over the head of Walsh. It comes out though. Should give them some breathing room. Walsh hand passes that to himself. We might get a whistle here. No, we didn't. Probably should have. Richardson dropped the shoulder. Wasn't able to get a shot off though. That was Smith. He wasn't able to get a shot off. Goes by Smith. This is in the corner. Groom's pinching. Richardson's covering for him, as is Walsh. Battle in the corner. Groom has it in his feet. Groom pops out onto a blue stick, regretfully. And we've got to be sharp here. Sear takes the body. Great job by Sear. He's having a great day. Groom back to get it. Nice move there by Groom. Another nice move there by Groom. One nothing for Jean Sauvé. Beautiful goal. On comes the Marco Langeline. That was a nifty looking goal. Certainly can't blame the goalie for that one. Shots on goal, 10-6 in favor of Jean Sauvé. So we have tied the first period, so we'll each get a period. Sorry, we'll each get half a point for the period. And now we will battle in the second period. Winnipeg obviously winning early in the second. Here goes Marco. Marco, not sure what happened there. He just lost an edge and fell. Oh my goodness. Coker, unbelievable save. This kid's crazy. Here we go. Marco can do something here. He rips it. He had Sloan wide open. He elected to shoot. It was a good shot. He gets hauled down. I think that means he draws a penalty, if I'm not mistaken. And as a result, I think we're going to have a power play. Marco looks to be kind of shaken up there. He's not hurt, but So we're going to have a power play. Power play unit number 1 is just going to be the line whose turn it is. Graves keeps that in. We'll slow this down. They want him to walk. Sent that out front for Blake way too hard, though. You're never going to get a stick on that. Graves does need to take a little bit off these passes. These grade 10 kids are not going to catch these. Harvey's going to turn up. He saucers that over to Keats. Keats sends that to Graves, but Graves gets that taken off his stick, and as a result, we almost get scored on shorthanded. That'll do it for that line. Marco back out there. I don't agree with that. I think that he needs a little bit longer. He had a long shift there and got hauled down hard. Here's Marco, though. Looks to be okay to me. Marco skating behind the net. Marco sends it to Verge. Verge sends that over to Graves with the clapper. It's there. Great job there by Lanchel to intercept that, but they're going to clear it on the second attempt. They do. Graves comes back to get that. He's got Carpenter with him. Graves. Not sure what Graves was doing there. He almost iced the puck. This is Scallion. He's in. Lifts the stick. Verge comes in. He wants to hit this kid. He smokes him again. He's always good for one. Sometimes he's good for 2 or 3. But you know he's going to get the one every game. Shots on goal, 12-8 in favor of Winnipeg. Here goes Graves. He sends that up center ice. Walsh isn't able to catch it. So it's a turnover, and they'll clear it again. Graves back. Graves backhands this for Groom. Groom's going to pick this up. He's going to skate with it. He gets it stolen from him, though, by a kid double his size. This is Graves. He picks it up. He gives it to Richardson. Richardson doesn't like what he sees. Again, there's this monster kid, number 17. He's like, I'm going to rethink this. He backhands it along the boards to Groom. Groom sends this out to Lanchel, but Lanchel can't contain it. So back it goes. This is Richardson. He sends it over to Groom. Groom's got space. Groom's going to skate with this. He gets... That's a shot misses wide. It's 5-on-5 now. That was not a good power play for Millwood Knights. Again, I don't believe we registered a shot on it. We didn't. That's icing. We'll get fresh legs if needed. We do. So McCauley and McKinnon come out. They're going to be centered by Verge. Verge giving Groom some instructions. I think you'll see Verge try to pull it back. He does. Perfect. What a job there by Joel Verge. Almost perfectly executed. Pulled it exactly back to the spot he said he was going to. Groom shot it. Could have put a little bit more mustard on that shot, perhaps. You can see Vergie's happy with the grade 10 defenseman. He gives him the nod. Said, great job. This time it goes to McKinnon. McKinnon sends it to Groom. Groom sends it back to McKinnon. McKinnon has it on the wall. He sends it to Verge. Verge tries to one-time it. Didn't get a good shot off, though. And we got a 2-on-2. Sear. Sloan. Sloan sends that to McCauley. Bit of a suicide pass. McCauley's all right, though. Vergie. Vergie picks it up. Vergie megs that kid. Verge sends it out front, but it hit the side of the net. Koger sends that to the corner. Nice to see Cameron Kogarves recovered fully from that injury he had in just net mad about something. Clearwater, number 13. Not sure why Verge is upset at him. We're going to have a penalty here. I didn't see what happened. Let's see if Corey did. What happened? All right, Clearwater's definitely going in the box. No, he's not going to the box. I don't know what's going on. 9:01 left to play in the second period. 1-0 for Jean Sauvé. And shots on goal 13-9, also in favor of Winnipeg. Although this has been a fairly close game. Appears like Joel's going to the box. He's standing on it with his hand on the latch to get into it. Having some words with the ref. All right, he's going to offset. Offsetting penalties, 5-on-5. Keats lines out there. Uh-oh. Big mistake by McIsaac. Will it cost us? Nope. Almost. Keats flying in. Good effort there by Keats. Sturge just out of reach of it, though. Wide open net miss there by Winnipeg. Keats had his pass intercepted there. It was almost dangerous. Harvey poke checked that away, though. He's got Sturge with him. He cuts to the middle. Not able to get through, though. This is Lanchel. Carpenter. Carpenter getting a little too fancy there. He has pocket picked as a result. This is Graves. Graves flying up the wall. He got the puck knocked off his stick. Carpenter there by himself. Oh, there's a good stick by Carpenter. Number 12 has it. Here's Sloan. Sloan's just going to send this to neutral ice. Good play there by McKinnon. Nice job there by Marco. He waits. Good play there by Marco, but he lost possession there in front of me. Here comes number 19. Kill him. Allen, not kill him. Richardson lines out. Feeling awfully dark in this rink for 3 p.m. or whatever time it is. One of those days. Walsh loses the draw. Winnipeg picks it up, but Millie has it here now. That's chipped forward for who's that? That's Smith. Richardson comes in. He misses that guy, but Smith should be able to get there. He does. Smith gets there. He takes a look. Smith drops the shoulder. He backhands it to Walsh. Walsh falls, though. Groom sends that back into the zone. Walsh loses it or Smith loses it in his feet, rather. Richardson pins his guy. This is Sear. He takes a look, puts on the brakes. Good job by Sear. Groom behind the net. Groom. Groom chips it. Groom took a bad hit there. He's okay. He hops up. Don't know why there isn't an arm in the air. There should be. We get a whistle, even though he played the puck. This is Verge, Langell, and Scallion. That puck sailed wide. Richards is going to go there. Richards sends that back for Verge. Verge sends that to the corner. No one there. Scully ties up his guy. Marco's in there. Pops out on a blue stick. There's Richards. He's going to rim this. That gets contained. That gets shot right back in by Blue. Scally comes on the wall. He chips it out. Not able to find Langell, though. That's a shot on net, although a weak one. Richards takes a look. He puts on the brakes. Sends this around the boards. Not able to be caught by Scally. Again, those shots that are rimmed around like that, very, very hard to grab for the forwards. Also dangerous. Richards was coming in for a big hit there. Here's Marco. Marco drops the shoulder. Marco's in. Marco tried to go through traffic, but he got that stolen. Joel got hit hard there behind the net. You know he wants revenge. Sorry, I had to keep the camera on him there for a sec. No goal. No goal. Not sure why, but again, I get nervous when I see Coker hit like that. Like I was saying earlier, he had a really, really bad calf injury during tryouts. Had to be carried out of the rink in tremendous pain. So we will have a Millwood Knights power play. Graves not able to contain it. Graves took a big bump there. He went flying. It's a 2-on-2 here, shorthanded. My goodness. They're not done. Sturge. Sturge is going to skate with this. Sturge is offside. Not the play by Blake Sturge. That's going to cost them their power play. You'll hear about that on the bench. Scally sends that over out of reach for Marco. Marco picks it up, though. He's got time. He sends it to the corner for Verge. Verge sends that to the blue line for East and Graves. Graves to Verge. Verge sends it through traffic that's there. Goalie covers up, will get a face-off. Power play just not able to get set up. So we're going to take Carpenter off. We're going to put Keats on the blue line. See if this helps. Need to be patient. There we go, Marco. Marco sends that to Keats. Keats walks in. He shoots one. Verge is there. He rips one. He hits a shin pad, though. This gets gloved down by Scally. Marco's got to get there. He's got to skate. Doesn't get there in time. They clear it. Graves picks it up. He sends that up for Marco. Marco's in. Marco shoots that. That was an easy save. That hits mesh. Goes out of play. Verge on the blue line here with Graves. Nice win there by Lanchel. Lanchel sends it to Graves. There it is. Beautiful. That was tipped maybe by Marco, I think. Yeah, it was. That was going wide. Marco tipped that. Someone just blew a wheel. Verge. He got tripped by that kid. I don't think it was on purpose, but anyways, 1-1 is the score. That's a goal by number 91, Marco Lanchel, with a tip in front of the net. That's what Marco needs to be doing, in my opinion, putting that big body in front of the net. And I would have to think he'd be filling it. Screen that goalie, use those hands to put it in the back. I think we're not using him in the right role right now, but again, we're still trying to get this all figured out. We almost gave that back. Regretfully, Marco did not get credit for that goal. They gave it to Verge, but that was definitely a Marco Lanchel goal because that puck was sailing wide. I had a perfect angle from where I'm standing, and it was going to miss wide. Marco got a tip on it and found the back of the net. The good news is these points don't matter in this tournament. They're not going to carry over. Nobody cares about this. This is a completely meaningless game. This is only for a morale boost, hopefully, is what we're looking for. Walsh, he's in. Walsh is in with a bit of space. He sends it around. That's Smith flying in. Smith drops the shoulder, but it's turned over, and away comes Blue, and it's going to be a 2-0. And we give it right back. Both goals given up on this line, regretfully. They're sitting at a -2. Haven't played bad. I hate to highlight that they were on for both because they really haven't been playing poorly, but both goals did come on that line. So, it's 2-1 Winnipeg. We're going to have a goalie change. Logan Devens going in. Coker on the bench. Appears to be equipment related. Something wrong with his pad, I think. He's been playing really well. Hate to see him. Here goes Marco. Marco carrying the puck. Marco's in. He still has it on his stick. Needs to make a pass here, though. Still. Out comes Winnipeg. Here they come. Oh, they almost scored there, too. Logan covers up. Man, Coker is on the bench, appears to be in pain. I may have jinxed this kid by talking about his injury. I don't know if it's... Comes around the boards for Sturge. Sturge picks this up. He loses it, though. Sturge, can he get a stick on it? He got a stick on it. Didn't. Oh, Keats finds it. Sturge almost offside. You got to be careful with that. Graves. He knows the boys are offside, so they get back on. Graves hits his kid. Goodman. Verge rocked that kid. He's hurt. Hate seeing that. Something in his face. It's that cage hang. It's so dangerous. He's got that going on big time, Goodman. Something got up under that cage. Joel backhands that. Drops in. Goalie's going to cover up, wants face off. Jean Sauvé has now doubled us in shots, 22-11. And that'll do it for the second period. So, we will take a quick break. And we'll be right back. All right, we are back. Score is 2-1 for Jean Sauvé out of Winnipeg. It's good news. Bad news is they've doubled us in shots, 22-11. More bad news. Cameron Coker injured. He is on the bench. He does not look to be fit for play. He is not in the dressing room, however, but I think he signaled to his mom and dad that the calf is feeling tight. And like I said earlier, he had a really bad injury there in tryouts. So good news is we have two amazing goalies on this team. Logan Evans in nets, backing him up today, and he just became our goalie. So this is Marco. Oh, sorry, that was Smith. Smith trying to find Walsh. My mistake. That was a shot high. Bounced off the glass, popped back out. Groom tying up his guy. So good, Groom. No icing there. That was tipped. Away comes Blue. That kid lost it, but went around Richards. Double teamed. Keats Richards. Logan covers that up. That may have tipped the shaft of number 5's hockey stick. We've got an equipment issue here. Looks like his skate became untied. He took that pad off very quickly. I didn't know those pads came off so easily. Oh, the technology in goalie pads has gotten better since I was helping kids in novice put on pads. Rep having a word with Evans, just making sure everything's good. It appears to be. We'll have a face-off. Keats is at center. Keats wins that, sends that back for someone. Harvey came in and bumped that, and as a result, the puck pops out to Anderson Keats. Keats rips it. Oh, didn't miss by much there. That's, again, his wheelhouse. Blake Sturge fighting for it, not able to get possession. Harvey swipes at it. It comes out. Blake battling hard. Keeter's back covering up the defenseman. He gets walked around, though. Richards sends that around, rims that. Kozik not able to contain it. Harvey not able to contain it. Here we go. Harvey chips that to neutral ice. I love that play. I've mentioned that before. Just sort of that little high, little flip it to the neutral ice. Complete lack of communication there between McKinnon and Graves. And as a result, we'll get a face-off deep in Winnipeg's end. All right, we have got Marco out there. He's got Sloan, I think. He's got Sloan and McCully with him. Hard shot, sailed high over the head of Evans. Sloan comes in and lays a body check. This is Graves. Sloan got a piece of that, enough to send it off target. Don't know what happened there with Marco. It hit him. He had to look down at his skate. There's a Winnipeg player down, appears to be mildly hurt. All Winnipeg here. This line's hemmed in good. This is Carpenter. Comes back to Carpenter, but his stick was caught in the mesh. He wasn't able to do much. This is Baker. Baker has a big shot from the blue line. Graves nets off. We'll get a whistle. Well, 11:47 left to play in the third period. 2-1 for Collège Jean Sauvé out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. Here we go. Can we get there? Richardson, no. Verge almost had a second effort there. Virgie. If he hadn't lifted that kid's stick, that was in the back of the net. Here we go. High and wide. Luckily, Scally, he gets there. He'll be able to clear it. He does. It goes up to Richardson. He's skating. Takes a huge hit, though. Now it goes into quiet ice with all blue jerseys. Groom chasing his guy. Groom pokes at that. That puck was off target. This is Ryder Scallion. He comes in. He goes to the corner. He sends it over. Off target, though. Hits a blue jersey. Keeter pokes at it. And we get a whistle for something. I guess offsides. I didn't see offsides, but that's what it's going to be. Sturge has to come off. Verge is going to stay out there. He wins the draw. That gets dumped in deep all the way around. Keats is there. Keats gets it. He just flings that to center ice, but it didn't hit anything of value. This is McAvoy. Sends it around. Here goes. Harvey's going to backhand that over to Keats. That was a nice play. Keats gets in. He's got quiet ice. He sends it on net. Not the right play by Keats. He does score a lot of goals from there, but typically there's some type of commotion. That was going to be saved 100% of the time. Verge comes off. Sturge comes on. Keats kicks this to himself, sends it in front of the net. Verge is there. Harvey swipes at that. As a result, goes around. Verge won't get there in time, though. Or Sturge, rather. Blake just rims that around the boards. Baker. Baker sees a lot of ice. That was tipped there in front. Here we go. Blake. Blake, he's going to put on the brakes. He's going to send this to quiet ice. Harvey's in alone. There's a line change. Harvey toe drags. He gets hauled down. No call. Richardson drops the shoulder. He moves in. Oh, almost. Richardson, he's still there. Oh, wide open net. My goodness. I got his dad here beside me. It was there. This is dangerous. Carpenter smokes his guy. Lucky not to get an interference call there. This is Walsh. He's flying up. He goes wide. He drops the shoulder. He's in. He's got no one in front of the net, though. There we go. That goes to the corner. Smith sends that to the corner. Richardson stretches out. There's Smith's behind the net. Middleton gets through. Terrific save by Logan Evans. Unbelievable. Primary and secondary save, both great. All right, we got Langell out there now. again, he's got McCully and Sloan with him. They've been playing fairly well here together. I would like to see Langell parked in front of the net more often. I think that's what this team lacks. Nice pass there by Sear. McCully not able to catch it, though. Groom comes back to get this. He's going to have to put on the brakes. I love that Groom doesn't just rim that puck. See, that's what happens. It comes out. Sloan's got it. He buys more time. He chips it to himself, and he sends it forward. No one anticipated that. That was a good move by McKinnon. No one read that, though. McKinnon gets a stick on that. As a result, it hops. Marco hits it off his shin pad. McCully's going to keep this in. McCully just sends it to the corner. Sloan's there. Sloan applying pressure. Marco's in there. Marco, soft hit. McCully trying to find Marco, but that gets intercepted, and away come Blue. Out of reach for number 7. Dangerous play there, though. Logan sends that behind the net. Marco and McCully bump into one another. Long shift for these kids. Groom goes off. Here goes Marco. He's got to be tired. He loses it, trying to go through kids. Marco on the wall. Marco, he's going to go behind the net. He sends that over for Richards. Richards completely misses it. Megs himself. Marco, poke check. Marco doesn't have enough gas in the tank for this, so he's going off. This is Danny Mack. He gets a stick on it. That kid falls. Smith's out there. I see Verge out there. There's Scallion. Smith loses it behind the net. Brown has it. Brown sends it to his partner. This is Daniel McIsaac. He rims that around. Verge is going to try and pick it up on the wall. Can't. Even for a kid of his skill level. It's just so hard to do. And that's what happens when you do that. Time and time again. You rim that puck around the boards like that. It creates offense for your opponents. That's 3-1. Teats line's out there. See if they can't get one. Nice win by Keeter. It goes right to Carpenter. Carpenter puts that deep. Harvey's on the forecheck. He's coming in hard. This is Graves. Graves has this. He's going to send this to neutral ice. And that goes up and out of play. We get a whistle. .5:22 left to play in the game. Shots on goal, 27-15. Not quite double anymore. Graves is going to let that go by him. Blake will pick this up on the wall. He's going to get hit hard in the corner and go down. He's up. He's tough, but no icing. Blake's okay. He's back in the play. Blake coming in hot. Blake hits his guy hard. Sloan loses that, and it's a one-on-one. Searcy's got to be sharp here. Great job by Sear to force the shot. Logan saw that the whole way. Marco was on his way to the box there, but he didn't get a penalty. Sloan, foot race. Doesn't have the wheel. Sloan, what are you doing, man? Right to the box. Sloan goes. It's like he wanted to go to the box. I've never seen that happen in my life. He put the kid in a headlock. He's arguing it. I'm driving him home tonight. He isn't going to be arguing it in my truck. Oh, wow. All right. This is Walsh flying in. That should have been 2 minutes for hugging. We get a whistle. That's going to be icing. Lucky break for the Knights. It's going to be a face-off deep in Winnipeg's end. Richardson and Walsh killing this penalty. McAvoy's well in. That was a very, very dangerous defensive breakdown by Millwood. We got completely burned there. Richardson. There, Graves is out there. Graves will make no mistake about clearing this. Spoke too soon. Graves didn't quite clear it. I mean, he cleared it, but not like I thought he was going to. All right, we have got Smith and Verge. Verge. Vergie's not a huge kid, but he's figured out the physics of the body check. Like those skinny kids that can drive a golf ball 350 yards. They just figure out the physics of it. That's what he's done for the body check. Smith hasn't quite figured it out. Ooh, that was careful. He backed up. Smith got to be careful there, too. He had his knee sticking out. Logan Evans sends that behind the net. Carpenter puts his body in front of it. Verge reverses a kid. Smith comes in. It's all blue here. They got tons of space. Evans is sharp, though. Sends it to the corner. 1 second left. That'll do it for the... So again, like this morning, technically not a power play goal, but it kind of was because McKinnon was joining the play, wasn't even in the play yet when they scored on it. So a costly penalty results in a goal, and it's putting this game out of reach. 4-1 is your score. Just under 2 minutes left to play. Sturge has it. He sends it to no one and gets rocked as a result of it. Sturge sends that in behind the net. Here goes Keeter. Keeter hit a shin pad. Away comes the blue team. Good job by Sear to turn around and get back in position. I'm happy with his game. This is Harvey. Harvey's looking for help. Last minute of play. Let's keep this at 4-1. That's the goal. Maybe 4-2 if we're lucky. Let's get some. That's Keats. Misses his hit. Missed that pass. That was Sear to miss the pass. This is Groom. Groom sends that over to Sear. Sear not able to get it back to Groom in time. It gets intercepted. That goes to the blue line. This is Baker. Don't want it on Baker's stick. Baker just dumps that to the far corner. We've got under 30 seconds to go. Again, the goal is keeping it respectable. 4-1 is respectable in my opinion. This is a much stronger team than us. Marco got through twice. Wasn't able to close on either of them, but he got through again. We need to get out of this without a suspension. McKinnon's all fired up, but he's pointing to the scoreboard. I noticed the kid on Sackville High did that this morning too. Seconds. 11.41 seconds exactly. Great tournament here in Windsor. Regretfully, it didn't go our way. Not sure what's happening here. McCauley getting hauled off for something. He's going to be running his mouth, I'm willing to bet. Verge making a plan here. He'd love to score one in the final 11.41 seconds. Make it 4-2. He's good at that, pushing that puck at the face-off forward and then chasing it. McCauley got a penalty for slew footing. Although Corey says that he fell on his own and that didn't happen. That'll do it. Game over. Tournament over. Verge has got some kind words. He's congratulating Winnipeg on their awesome win and telling them, I hope you do really, really well in the tournament moving forward, guys. Thanks for a great game. No, that isn't what he was saying. Not at all. Nothing like that, but let's just pretend. Player of the game here from the booth. Jeez, tough one. I honestly don't know. Can't even give it to a goalie. They split it. They both played great, but they split the game down the middle. I guess you give this to Verge. And I'm going to give it for his physicality more so than his offense. Even though he's always offensive. He did get a credit for a goal he didn't get. Langell did get that goal, but he got credit on the score sheet. So we'll see who they give it to. Again, for Joel Verge getting it here from streaming booth. 7 gets it for Winnipeg. Big crowd here from Winnipeg. Mom and dad flying in, I guess. Verge wins it. All right. Thanks as always for tuning in. I think we're back Monday night against Sommet. Hopefully we see the return of Jacob Cole. Again, Coach Denny says he'll be back. I'm hearing conflicting reports. I'm hearing Tuesday and Monday, so we'll see. And time for a reset. And we'll also have Jackson Stoddard back. He's served all 3 games in this tournament, so there's a silver lining here that we burn those games back. He will miss no regular season games, and we're back in action. Thanks again for tuning in. Have a great rest of your weekend. Drive safely home.